Hello and welcome back to round one coverage of the 2024 Beaver State Fling presented by Innovo. We're here in Estacada, Oregon at the beautiful Milo McIlver State Park. And you're watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Once again, absolutely pristine, beautiful day up here in Oregon in the 80s, but very, very little wind. Incredibly lush, beautiful green backdrop. One of my favorite things about coming to Milo McIlver Park, as it is for everyone that comes and is able to play this hallowed grounds. Garrett, Gurthie, Nathan, Sexton, Gannon, Buhr, all at 2. Eagle a little bit slow on the start at even par, and we've got a few players starting off hot on the front 9, leading the way at 6 under, a couple ahead of the rest of the field. A lot of players at 3 under. Let's get into it.
Hole 10, par 3, 390. This one's a tough one. You want to throw slightly understable driver that flips up flat and flies straight. Awkward little shot shape and tough to get into the circle. You see a lot of people end up left, kind of under the canopy on the left-hand side of those branches, which makes the putting a little bit difficult.
And let's take a look at Calvin Heimberg. Just throwing the flip up shot with that champ eagle. That looked to be on a great line out of the hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty great.
Pretty great line.
7 under now. Ricky Wysocki sitting at 3. Powering up the hill. It's flattening up, but a little late hyzer. Gonna have a tricky putt.
A lot of really tricky lines off to the left side of the basket. Ricky falling over the branches.
Wow.
What a layout.
Full commitment. Now, mind you, he had a kink in his neck before the tournament started.
Oh, those are the
Yesterday,
worst.
he couldn't even turn at all.
Wow.
So he's playing pretty injured.
I am living vicariously right now. I've wanted to see this line thrown.
Oh,
that's
got a little
so
piece of a
good.
branch.
Whoa.
I didn't realize it touched that branch, but yeah, it did get up there into the circle.
Would have been better without it, maybe.
Probably. Got to throw it a little lower.
Get on the edge, and this could be good.
Yeah, well, Ricky Wysocki just opened up that line just a moment ago.
Garrett doesn't have that zipper, though. He has the Sonic, though.
Yeah, he can spin it in, but yeah, you're right. Much different putting style.
This one is just parked for where the basket used to be.
Uh-huh. And that's 0 look, right? Is he going to even have anything?
It's going to be obstructed. And this is a mid-range. So
What?
deal with that in whatever way you see fit.
I don't have any way to see fit. That's ridiculous.
I kind of like it. Flip it up flat. Has more time to flip up and glide straight, but the only problem is you have to be able to throw 390 mid-range hyzer.
Uphill.
Yeah, that's tough.
So here you get to see the look of Gannon Buhr trying to go through the trees, catches the last one.
Look good, though. I like the effort there, though.
Yeah, what a birdie. I'm just now seeing we got access to a new thing here with the miles per hour. That was a 75 mile an hour release for Eagle McMahon.
Wow. Must mean I was probably, what, 72?
Pretty close.
I would guess
Nice.
69.
64.
62.
64.
Was I really?
Yeah, 64.
Oh, I thought it'd be worse than that. I was joking about 72.
I mean, it takes a lot of power to get the forehand up that hill, turning through it with a fast, overstable disc. You got to throw it pretty zippy. Eagle McMahon gets under par with a birdie. And Nate goes to 3.
Hole 11, par 4, 675. This one is known as the combined hole because it combines two holes from the original layout to make this one super par 4, swinging back to the left. The drive needs to be a little bit of a flex shot generally for a right-hander to avoid hitting a skinny gap. And then you usually have at least 300 in here, often more like 350, 360.
They must have combined these holes a long time ago because I have never seen anything besides this layout going all the way back to 2012.
I don't know that we ever played them in Beaver State Flings.
Okay.
But it was just shorter holes like on a normal day at Milo, not a
Worlds we
day.
played different holes.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah,
we played that skinny tunnel one.
That's true. I
Yep.
remember that.
Okay, yeah, that would have been
2014.
That would have been the ones I'm thinking of.
Eagle. A nice drive there. 76 miles an hour.
Ooh, a little down tempo.
Went up by one. It was 75 last hole.
Oh, I thought you said I misheard
It's all good.
that.
It's all good.
And what am I coming in there? Under 60, I would think.
Be surprised. That's my way of stalling. Yes, correct. 59.
Okay, yeah, because I don't feel like I am really ripping this shot. I'm too concerned with hitting the angle correctly, and I'm not
I think the same thing.
having that eagle perfect angle control where he can blast it through there.
Yeah, his accuracy doesn't really decrease with the speed. But Gannon and Garrett and yourself all more interested in that control. This forehand is looking a little early.
Oh,
But-
kind of got in there though.
Yeah, danced up into a tree.
Oh, there it is.
Do you think that tree could hold your weight?
No.
Is that a Sexton X-Cal?
It's a Halo X-Cal.
Okay.
So
That would have been a trick question if
technically,
it
no.
had been a Sexton X-Cal and you're sitting in the tree, then
Look
answer
at
is
this
yes.
little beaut.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Little 8-time rock for Garrett? Is that what that was?
I don't know.
Looked
A
like
rock
it.
of some times.
Just looking perfect.
Oh,
bad
man, the
reaction.
one thing
oh,
you
but
can't
a
hit.
good, but then the good reaction.
That was cool. Might have to straddle outright to have an unobstructed look. Finally get to Eagles drive. Okay, might be tricky.
Happens often. People going deep on this upshot.
Hasn't been the best putting day for Gannon.
He's on a long par streak right now.
Open look, but low. Somewhat open.
Yeah, there was a couple branches kind of in the stroke that were bothering me a bit, but should have made it, to be sure.
An eagle from the thick stuff in for the birdie. Finally, we get to Garrett's. That is a proto bar stamp. That is a very old disc. 8 times came out after Ken Klima won his Worlds in 1997. That disc is old enough to drink alcohol and 6 years. He's got 2 of those in his bag. Loves those old school rocks.
At one point, those were pretty spendy too, so his bag might be expensive.
I think it probably is. Definitely a guy who's been playing the game for such a long time and been around really old school pioneer type disc throwers, back down there in Florida. Certainly been exposed to some really legendary players and some of the oldest, rarest, craziest discs around.
I think if you can find some footage of the 2001 World Championships where Cam Todd won, it'll be pretty entertaining because you'll see a child caddying for Cam, and that child is Garrett Gurthie. It's pretty cool. He's just tall enough to keep the bag off the ground.
This one is just a tricky little hole. You're going to see this high line from Eagle. Not semi-high. But this is the trouble on the hole. You see a lot of people end up on that left side. If you kick left, bad. If you kick right, a little better. See some people throw the low skipper. Garrett always goes big monster turnover.
Boom.
Stalling hyzer.
Oh, my goodness. What a shot.
So high.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Hard to truly comprehend how good that is.
It was like as high as the tops of the trees at the corner.
Wow.
This is going to have a really late flip on it.
Yeah, this needs to get left.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's out there to the right.
Good play for par, as this is a very treacherous hole.
Yeah, playing .09 over par with no artificial OB on a calm day with the best field. That says a lot, I think.
This hole, it ain't my two, you know?
That being said, you have deuced it with a forehand roller in the past.
Sure. But it just isn't. It's just not it's not my game. It's really far. It's an incredible shot with the backhand. You got to be able to throw, I would say 500 power to cover the 450, at least 500, don't you think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is a tough little shot.
If you want to throw it as high as what we saw there with Garrett.
And if you don't, you're not getting in circle one.
Yeah,
I mean,
that high is going to stall out. It's just not going to get there.
There's no low shot that reaches circle one.
Little circle's edge here for Eagle. 29 feet.
Yeah, solid save. I will say I play with Kevin Kiefer, who did not the super low line, but that medium tier.
Sure. Yep.
And he got into the circle, and I thought it was really impressive because it didn't look like, Garrett's shot was pretty obviously going to be in the circle. He has the power. He's got the height. He nailed the line. That's going to go to one place. But that inside line oftentimes hits what Eagle just hit there and pulls you back into the woods. That was a great birdie there for Garrett.
And Gannon's on a long par streak. How many is that in a row? Is that 8 in a row?
Look at that thing. That's just split through the gap. That was beautiful.
Perfect little camera angle for that.
I love that. Calvin up to 9.
Look, a little shorty. Hole 13, par 3. 197, though. The rangefinder guys are telling me this is more like 230. I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that rumor flying around the course. Everybody's talking about how this is actually 230.
Ricky Wysocki going for the flex play. Or not quite getting back to the pin, finding the two Guardians.
Ooh, bad roll.
Man, his putter is hot this round. Gosh, another one. Yuli, you were playing with him, man. That must have been something to see.
Yeah, it didn't really matter where he landed. He was going to do good things with the putter. Mm-hmm. And he did it often.
Garrett coming up about 32 feet short.
Pretty putter shot there from Eagle. Good control, a lot of commitment to even hit that little inside line with the putter.
Going through the outside gap, splitting, oh boy, splitting the Guardians, hitting the bucket, and then getting a roll, huh?
A little bit. I'm trying to go beyond both of these big ones, so a little short of what I wanted, but splits perfectly.
Oh, wow.
And kind of gets out of dodge a little bit, but stays inside C1.
Yeah, about 29 feet, 28 feet. Trying the same route, getting just inside.
par streak over, I think.
Yeah. Garrett's looking good. That is his second turkey of the round so far.
Hard to come by on this course.
Mm-hmm. And after the bucket roll away, solid delivery.
Your putt's looking really good as well.
Getting a
Lots
little
of pop.
pace, little
Yeah.
pace.
A little pace with the legs too there.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Got to get out of the way. Let Gannon get this birdie in.
We're not just clocking arm speed. That was a 4-mile-an-hour jog from Nate over to the next tee.
Fastest of the card so far. Star frame.
And we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. One of the cooler things I've witnessed on a disc golf course occurred on this hole today. First off, I'm playing with Noah Five Ash, and it's his birthday. And we're on hole 3, and we get this. We hear the sounds of roars, and we look at the scores, and we see that Holly Finley just aced his girlfriend. He's like, "Oh, cool, birthday ace." We get to the hole, he follows suit, aces the same hole, the same day his girlfriend did on his birthday. Shout out. One of the coolest things I've ever seen in person.
That is awesome. And word is he changed his game plan to go for the ace.
Yeah, his play is the wide out the way that you and Gannon played it. He said, I got to go up the middle. I got to try for the ace. And then he achieved it. It was incredible.
There is footage of that out there too. Go check that out. Look up Noah Five Ash. You'll find it.
We got Calvin Heimberg
at 10 under.
Leader. Double digits, which is silly.
And he's shanked this, but I get the feeling it's not going to matter. Inside line sneaks through everything.
When it's your day, man. 11 under through 14. 3 pars so far.
That is nasty. He shouldn't do that because look what they did. They made this Milo Gold thing to try to slow him down.
I hate it.
And now what?
Good for him momentarily. Bad for us in the future. Garrett, are you kidding me with that?
Yeah, nothing's slowing that thing down. It went over some roots, jumping way up in the air, just kept on trucking.
Oh, that was so good. Uh-oh.
Kicks to the middle.
Okay, fortune smiles upon Eagle.
Big time grip lock.
Does he hit the gap? Get around it. Yes. All the way home. Bullsy.
The least surprising result of the day for me.
How many times you missed this gap in your career? Handful?
I can't remember them, but I'm sure it's happened. No, I'm sure I definitely have missed it, but it's been, as I've said many times, it's been a good hole to me. Nice little baby flex on the forehand. I have to take a little speed off to make sure it doesn't go long, but that time it worked perfectly. Gannon goes more overstable, so he can put a little more pace.
Yeah, that's fine. We got 3 good drives, nearly 3 birdies coming, and Eagle from a little mid-range shot here.
Get down.
Not that he threw a mid-range, but like he might have been trying to run that up.
Did look that way.
And a birdie streak has begun.
Those are scary with this kid. But hole 15 is a birdie stumper.
These are the 2 short holes on the entire tournament. That's it. And he did well with them, getting them both. As did Garrett, and as you will, everyone coming out under par on this stretch. 3 players at 2.
It's just over too quick. You get in these woods,
It just
and you're
is.
like, come on, give me a couple more of these. I'm liking this.
I like it. It gives you a little chance to snag a couple.
Having that hope is
And
nice.
then it like I said, the next hole is just like, let me see if you got any in there.
Oh, you
I'd like
had
to
some
take a
hope?
couple.
Oh, you built up a little hope. That's cute. Try this next one for size. The Hope Snatcher coming right up. Hole 15 is just ambitious on the design. We got a new out of bounds line on this left side of the fairway as we turn the corner here. 760-foot par 4. The best you can do is about 80 feet short of where we were when I started saying that. And from there, you're just trying to find some way to get into this gap. But even then, you have the big tree blocking your way uphill to this putt. It's a par 4 that you're really happy with a 4.
That's a top 5 worst hole on tour.
I would say I agree.
I don't understand the OB line. Like, why?
Look at this shot, though. It does produce some pretty cool flight lines off the tee.
Absolutely.
That's pretty. That's still coming, what, like 60, 70 feet short of the tee pad, which is already not that easy of a hole to birdie.
This looks big. If it's got enough distance, this could kind of get into the gap, and it does. Wow. Actually long. That's the best spot you can be.
The only place really up here where you have an open look. Now, Ricky Wysocki from 60 feet.
Come on, really?
He hasn't really missed yet that we've seen. That was perfect.
My goodness.
Perfect.
I mean, that's our, what, 4th one?
4th.
Or 5th?
Deep one for Ricky. 3rd person of the day to birdie the hole.
Maybe putting on a little show for Nate Doss after 6 years away. Rick saying, not a lot's changed. I'm still out here. Still slamming
Rick was
these.
doing the same thing back then.
Slamming all these in.
Look at those calves right there.
Oh, man. Thank you.
That was real.
A gentleman never tells.
Very good positioning there. I like your chances here. You could skip one in there, make yourself a little jump putt. Oh, this is trying to go large.
What on
this
earth?
Is over the corner. Like, I didn't think we'd be able to film this, and I'm not surprised we couldn't. This is over the corner, like higher than all the trees, and it actually worked out okay. He's about 10 feet in the woods. He's beyond the short tee pad. Little roller opportunity, perhaps. And this, I saw Eagle throw just an insane drive on this hole last year. He's trying to repeat it, but this is fading out and going to be out of bounds.
And that's a double penalty. That's one of the things that makes this hole so tough to really get around, is because now you're out of bounds and you're behind a wall of trees. Really tough penalty coming up for Eagle. Going to be hard to save a bogey because par is out of the equation.
Little short.
Yep, almost. Oh, so he's got to do something cray again.
Yeah, he's going big.
Over OB again, I think.
Yep, out around. And this ended up, oh, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Way long.
Oh, wow.
150 long, 140 long, something like that.
Huh. I wonder what he's going to have from there. It looks like he's probably going to have a really technical approach coming.
This is very overstable. Also long.
Oh, that gets really tough. You can see that you're going to be just going through nothing but the thickest rough.
If he goes far enough, there is a pretty wide open gap back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So here's the drive from Gannon.
Wow. Creative. Laying down the cut roller. You don't want it to move much left. Okay, it moves back right at the end.
Should be okay for a layup. Oh, man.
Here's that gap you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that the flag stick that you can see through the woods?
I think that's the bucket. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah, the yellow thing. Yeah, wow. What a shot.
Parked.
That's going to save the bogey. That's incredible.
This is the ram it into the hillside, slide it up.
And hope you don't hit these boards.
Mm-hmm. He's going to try to hit that little gap over there on the left.
Well, tomahawk. What was he? Does he drop his glasses?
I think that's his follow through.
Is that his follow through?
That was his follow through. That was like
funny.
That was like a Matty-O follow. We need a compilation at the end of the season of the funniest follow throughs.
And the best you can do is just kind of play it to the boards, huh?
I was pretty thrilled with that. That was thrown through a gap much smaller than a basket. you know, like I had to make a little tricky little shot just to get out of there from 80 feet away. Nice putt from Garrett.
Yeah, what a par to come away with. Going long on his second shot. And tomahawk third.
Yeah, great scramble.
And Gannon with the great scramble with the forehand roller second shot. Everyone's kind of pulling tricks out of the bag for this one. No surprise, 15 it takes some creativity.
Oh, get in there.
It's 5 miles an hour there.
Yeah, 5. I was going to say 5.2. You got here, right here, 5.2.
You got there and back to your caddy so freaking fast.
When you get par on 15, you just run with it.
Just run down that hill and don't ask any questions.
People slowing down back here, you can see. Calvin, no, but most people are just hitting that 6 and it's like kink, kink. Hard to get through the next door.
It's a tough finishing stretch. Hole 16, par 4, 660 feet, low ceiling drive, rising up the hill, hooking hard to the left, and this basket position debuted last year. I really like it. A little bit longer, a little bit more technicality, and then even some risk of out of bounds if you come in with way too much heat. That's a good drive.
Yeah, 220.
What?
That is a monster drive.
Oh, Calvin.
Very good. Almost a bullseye.
What? 12 under par for Calvin Heimberg.
Going into the very gettable 17.
Man, trying to figure out what a perfect round is for me, and perfect doesn't get to 12.
No, I'm afraid I'm not making 12 either. That's incredible.
Yeah, best day at the office, I'm looking at a strong 8. Like maybe a throw-in for the 9 under.
I'm trying to get aggressive here. Send a roller around the corner.
Oh, gotta stand, gotta stand. It just kind of runs out of steam and heads into the left stop. That's going to be Scramble City, Oregon, right down the road from Estacada.
Very good.
Probably kind of what Calvin's drive looked like.
Maybe this one will give us an idea.
76 miles an hour on the release there.
Very good.
Makes 76 look real simple. Just left with the forehand roller out just to get back into position, and that's pretty good. About where you wanted your drive to land, I would imagine.
Yeah, that would be ideal for sure if the roller's perfect. But I was happy with that little escape shot. This is just a little left of perfect.
Eagle, slight hyzer, flipping up. Will it miss? Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Nice nestle.
Don't know what he threw there, but that was right at 290. Again, just a little bit closer. We'll call it 282. Boy, that's good.
You don't want to be too dependent on that.
Really not where you'd want to be, though. You don't want to be throwing... Where did that end up?
A little short right.
Okay.
A little heavy on the hyzer.
In the circle?
Yeah.
Okay.
In those bushes on the right side of your screen.
Garrett kind of giving it a half bid. Mostly layup, though. Good birdie for Eagle. That'll get him to 3 under par. fairly normal for field standards, but it's kind of tough to imagine when Calvin's out there 12 under at this point.
Every once in a while, a basket goes above and beyond.
Oh, man, I wonder if we'll get an angle that actually shows how strong those chains were.
I was almost sure I had missed that putt, but a great catch from that little yellow guy.
Couple 8-unders, a 12 on the board. Well, 3 8-unders. It's a great pace.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Hole 17, par 5, 980. Genius hole down the hill, land anywhere to the right of where the camera is. Second shot, you really, really want to push it just past this tree if you can. Otherwise, you have a super awkward shot into this tiny, tiny green. Slope everywhere. Don't hit those trees. They can roll. You do have out of bounds on the left as well of that fairway that ends once you get about 300 feet down that fairway on your second shot.
I believe they've changed the name to the Evil Genius.
Oh, this one might skip across the road or in the road.
Oh, that's very nice.
That's in the best spot you can be in. You could get a little frisky if your name's Gannon from there.
If the other ones were 76, I mean, this one looked about 79.
Just punished all the way down.
I don't think that gives him a lot more, though. I don't
must
know
have
that
been
he wants to be shorter than that because that blocks his angle off for
Sure.
getting a lot of distance.
Sure, need to go overstable flex.
Yeah.
Gannon going Firebird.
GG.
Garrett.
I'm sorry, Garrett. Oh, come on. Looked like a good shot out of his hand, but just kept moving left. You're throwing Savant?
Mm-hmm.
Get down. Get down. Yeah, perfect.
that's
Yeah, I
exactly
think
what it'd
that's
be.
maybe what Garrett was trying to be short of that downhill spot. This takes a lot of trust. Taking a disc that wants to fight back to the road.
Oh, smacking down. That's going to put you in a really tough spot. Probably no go. Garrett pulls this right. Oh, goodness. Get back over. Oh, off the top of the curb. And that's going to be a really early second out of bounds stroke for Garrett.
I like this play. Aim at the big tree. That's usually where you end up. And then it's pretty manageable from there. Probably only 150 feet.
Yeah, he's right in that. The weeds around the bottom of that tree, so a little tricky. Perhaps,
Yeah, it's
but
tricky in there.
But yeah, definitely right on the distance. About 150, I would guess.
Look at this line from Eagle. Putting the flex on. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Pushing it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
He's got a putt for Eagle.
Yeah, right in that bush. And probably happy to be there. I think that might have had the speed to find the road.
Whoa. Garrett looking to finally get in bounds. And he does. He's going to have to work hard just to save the bogey now.
I mean, you'd have to make it from there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the double. Sorry. You're absolutely right.
But that is hard working. Oh,
Another
We're in
knockdown.
trouble.
Another knockdown.
Ooh, low ceiling. Awkward line here. If you hit the curb, you are done and out of bounds. Really scary.
well done.
Thanks to
Scared? Were you scared?
100,000
Oh,
hours
yeah.
of catch right there
Oh,
with
yeah.
a dart.
Yeah, I was worried. I was saying really easy time to just chuck a 7 out there. Because if you come short there, you're taking a 7. And so
Wow.
I really put a little extra energy into the wrist, try to make sure I got a high spin rate so that thing would at least clear the green if I was
Right.
going to make a mistake. This is a long putt with a low ceiling.
It just, What a power. What a superpower to be able to do that. Looks like a simple little thing to do, but there's so much wrist movement there to get that speed.
He was nervous. He took a long time lining that up. That was not an easy shot for him, but it was well done.
That is, oh my gosh. So close. Chain height. Inches right from drawing chains.
I think I like that, though. You kind of got to go from there.
Yeah.
Especially with his skill level with the putter.
Yeah.
He makes that probably once every 3 times, so it might average out pretty good for him in this scenario.
And I would say 1 out of the 3 hits the basket and
Yes.
stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
And only 1 out of 3 actually goes OB.
Yeah.
So I think I'm absolutely with you. You roll the dice there if you're Eagle McMahon.
A double bogey save for Garrett. Tough hole, but birdies for Gannon, and that's it.
No, yep, that's it. 2 pars, 1 birdie, and a double bogey.
All right, Nate, take us home. What are we looking at for hole 18?
One more toughie, I'd say. It lengthened this year significantly. So you got this one tree. You can go big hyzer as a righty or big turnover. I think big turnover probably going to get a little more popular with the lengthened basket because you have to get around this next set all the way back. OB line along the left, parking lot OB as well, obviously. And then this is really tucked. Like it isn't very far past these trees. It's a hard shot to throw because you can't just swing it around the corner easily. It has to push and then just almost die to the right or left, whichever way you choose to go around.
All right. Can Calvin get to 13 under? Common play going the hyzer.
Needs to sit. And it does.
That's going to force him to go backhand, back door.
But that's probably what he wants to do.
Sure. Yeah. But he also got forced to do it.
So I think that was too much hyzer. Oh, it definitely was. This is tough.
Man, could he be in danger of taking his first bogey?
Oh, got through.
All
Okay.
right. This putt to stay bogey free, and the 12 under is his. That is a course record that I don't think will be broken this week. That is just an incredible round.
Yeah, I would love to hear where Calvin ranks that for the rounds he's played this year so far. Gotta think it's one of the best.
Gannon just going with a nice stall shot. I think he's playing for that backdoor route as well. Eagle looks like a little bit of the same. Very wide.
1081 for Calvin. Just look that up. Oh, aggressive play with the cut roller, stable disc. This has potential to be big. Look at that, making the corner and still going. Right up there where the FPO pin is.
Really happy with that. Was
huge.
kind of second guessing. Should I go for this? I don't know. I was so happy to see it clear the cedar tree and get around the corner.
All right. Garrett going kind of a forced flex play, trying to get around the corner.
Another super difficult hole to film.
God,
like you're just, because almost nothing gets around. So you're just blind up there. You have to be up there in case something does make it. But most of the shots just get gobbled up by this last island of trees. Like this one right here.
Oh,
Sneaks through.
how did that happen? That is a how did you
Sneaks
get through
through.
all of that?
It's crazy.
That's unbelievable. Eagle just really ripping this high, trying to force a ton of Anheuser. This does not sneak through. It's
I'm surprised they're
the
going
middle.
so high. You can easily go lower than that, punch out the backside, and land around circle's edge.
Were you talking any trash about how far past these guys you threw?
I didn't, but I should have.
You really missed an opportunity.
look at
that's
me.
a
I'm-
once-in-a-lifetime chance there, bud.
Long drive in the group, and I was frustrated here because just not enough reps yet on this hole. I thought big hyzer would be enough. Should have been big flat shot. That went almost nowhere for Eagle McMahon.
no.
That went about 25, 30 feet.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, we got a little spot here.
Yeah, I was happy to see that. Not really trying to make it, but happy to be able to get out clean.
Oh, boy. How did Gannon get through all this stuff
I don't
in the
know.
air? It doesn't make any sense.
I do not know.
And what has Eagle got left for the par? Well, we'll find out soon, I guess. First, Gannon for birdie. And, man, he could have had a 10 under day himself the way we normally see him putt. Wasn't a bad putting day, just wasn't really that good. What?
How are you doing that?
How did that go in?
Huh. It looked like he was going to lay it up and then was just like, oh, I'll just
I guess
poke
I
it
could.
through here.
I guess I'd make it though. Yeah.
I've never seen someone so uninterested in making such a cool putt. As a former champion of the event, I guess there's a lot going on right now for Eagle McMahon.
I think he's frustrated with the score today, frustrated with his comeback from injury, wants to be the Eagle that we all know, and win tournaments. And he's on the road back, but I think he was disappointed with his performance today.
Takes a little time, and that's frustrated when you've been there. I mean, a nice little comeback story was Paige Pierce last weekend
yes.
after the bad
Yes,
injury and
totally.
then the long road back. So it's gonna happen.
Well, we have got 12 under. Calvin Heimberg, no surprise, at the top, 3 clear of the field. Incredible. Just like last week, we had 3 clear. Well, actually, not quite. We had 2 clear of the field last week.
Yep.
Even better this week for Calvin Heimberg. Ricky Wysocki on his tails at 9 under, which I would have assumed would have been the lead. After round 1, AJ Carey, Matt Bell are going to be on our lead card going into moving day, round 2 tomorrow of a 3-round event.
Weather looks good the rest of the way. I think we're going to have a barn burner here. See if Calvin can keep his foot down on the gas. It's going to be hard to do, hard to match that kind of pace, but certainly in the driver's seat, Calvin Heimberg, incredible day. 12 under. I did not think we would see that.
Oh, it's incredible. This layout is so difficult. 10,743 feet, and it's all tough. So many big trees in the way of the lines, and
Just 36 under pace is all.
That's it.
I hope he
big
continues
deal.
that work tomorrow so we can see it here on
I don't.
Jomez. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, neither do you.
Thanks to the Founders Club. Again, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow.